Introduction. Today's meditation isn't about stopping thoughts. It's about watching them with curiosity. In this practice, we are beginning with an important idea. Meditation is not about forcing the mind to become blank. Many students think they are doing meditation incorrectly if thoughts appear. That is not true. Thoughts are a normal part of how the mind works. Today, the goal is different. Instead of trying to stop thoughts, you will learn to notice them. You will observe them with curiosity, almost like a scientist watching something carefully. When a thought comes up, you do not need to fight it, follow it, or judge it. You simply notice that it is there. This matters because one of the most useful mindfulness skills is learning that a thought is just a mental event. It is something the mind produces, but it is not always a fact, and it does not always need action. In the next slides, we will move step by step through a guided practice that helps you build this skill in a calm and simple way. Guided practice. Minutes 1-2. Comfortable posture. Notice breathing. We begin by settling the body. Choose a posture that is both comfortable and alert. You may sit in a chair with your feet on the floor or sit upright in another stable position. Let your hands rest easily. If you feel comfortable, you may close your eyes or keep them softly focused. Now bring your attention to your breathing. There is no need to change the breath. Just notice it as it is. You may feel the air moving at the nose, the chest rising and falling, or the belly expanding and relaxing. This first step is important because the breath gives the mind a steady place to rest. It becomes an anchor. In the next part of the practice, when we begin noticing thoughts more directly, this anchor will help you stay calm and present. Minutes 3-5. Observe thoughts. No judgment. Now that you have settled with the breath, begin to notice thoughts as they arise. You do not have to search for them. Just let them appear naturally, and when they do, observe them. Try to notice each thought without judging it. That means not calling it good or bad, smart or silly, useful or useless. A thought might be about school, friends, family, the future, or something completely random. Whatever appears, treat it as something to notice rather than something to react to immediately. This is a key shift in mindfulness. Instead of being carried away by every thought, you are learning to step back and watch. In the next stage, we will make this even easier by giving thoughts simple labels. Minute 6-8. Label thoughts gently. Thinking. Planning. Remembering. Imagining. Worrying. At this stage, when you notice a thought, gently give it a simple label. You might say silently to yourself, thinking, planning, remembering, imagining, or worrying. The purpose of labeling is not to analyze the thought deeply. It is simply to recognize what kind of mental activity is happening. For example, if your mind starts going over homework you need to finish, you might label that as planning. If you replay something that happened yesterday, you might label it remembering. If your mind jumps to a future problem, you might label it worrying. This gentle labeling helps create a little space between you and the thought. Instead of becoming completely absorbed in it, you begin to see it clearly. That space is powerful. It helps you understand that thoughts come and go. In the next part of the meditation, we will use an image to help you experience this more clearly. Minutes 9-12. Picture thoughts as clouds moving across the sky. No need to hold on to them. Now imagine that your mind is like a wide, open sky, and your thoughts are like clouds moving through it. Some clouds may be light and quick. Others may be dark, heavy, or slow, but all of them move. As each thought appears, picture it drifting across the sky. There is no need to grab it, push it away, or hold on to it. You do not have to make it stay, and you do not have to force it to leave. Your job is simply to notice it passing through. This image reminds us of something very important. Thoughts are temporary. Even strong thoughts and emotions can change if we do not cling to them. After practicing this open awareness, we will return to the breath again, using it to gently close the meditation. Minutes 13-15. return attention to breathing. Take one slow breath. Open your eyes. Now bring your attention back to your breathing. Notice once again the natural rhythm of the inhale and the exhale. Let the breath help you feel grounded in the present moment. Take one slow, steady breath, allowing the body and mind to settle. There is no need to evaluate the meditation or decide whether you did it well. Simply notice how you feel right now. When you are ready, gently open your eyes. Take a moment to return fully to the room. This closing step is important because it helps you transition from quiet observation back into ordinary activity with a little more awareness. In the final slide, we will reflect on what you noticed during the practice. Closing reflection. Which thoughts kept returning? Did labeling them make them easier to observe? As we end, take a moment to reflect on your experience. Which thoughts kept returning during the meditation? Were they about school, relationships, responsibilities, memories, or worries about the future? Noticing recurring thoughts can teach you a lot about what your mind has been focusing on. Also consider whether labeling the thoughts made them easier to observe. For many people, naming a thought gently helps reduce the feeling of being trapped inside it. Instead of becoming the thought, you begin to recognize it as something the mind is doing. This reflection connects directly to the main lesson of the practice. Thoughts are real experiences, but they are not always facts, and they are not always commands that must be followed. The more you practice noticing thoughts with curiosity, the more freedom you develop in how you respond to them. That is an important part of understanding the mind and building mindfulness in everyday life.